Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video presented to you by your boy Coach Haylon, and this is going to be a new series video that I'm coming out with called Weapon versus Series. Matt, you can put a little graphic in there, down there somewhere nice looking, all beautiful, whatever. So what I'm going to be doing is comparing and contrasting the weapons and categories and seeing which one I believe is the better of that category. First weapons we're going to start out with comparing and contrasting is the commonly used R301 and Flatline. All right. Go ahead and switch scenes, load up a firing range, and we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna be coming out with at least 1 to 2 of these a month, comparing just about every weapon in the game to each other. I'm also going to be comparing these weapons at their fullest upgraded stage. We're not gonna do the base versions of these weapons. So what we're gonna be comparing right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the R301 damage versus the Flatline damage. Alright, we're going to do without the anvil receivers. Headshot damage for R301 is 25. Body shot is 14. For the Flatline, without the anvil receiver active, we have 33 in the head and 19 in the body. So, the R301 is losing this fight currently to the Flatline. This Flatline does a lot more damage. Let's try it with the anvil receiver. Headshot, 75. Body shot, 43. R301 does 61 and does 35. So in terms of damage, the Flatline is going to take it by a mile. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the rate of fire, in terms of how fast you can kill enemies with this weapon, in terms of the bullet speed of the guns themselves. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a fresh dummy. Go ahead and get yourself a stopwatch timer. I'll put one on the screen.
About 1.05 seconds
is how fast it took me to, or how long it took me to kill somebody with the R301. So let's reset the timer, and let's do it with the Flatline.
.00 seconds.
So the R301 is losing that fight with the rate of fire, obviously. Pretty obvious thing, obvious scenario, but nonetheless wanted to point it out. So okay, damage goes to the Flatline, rate of fire goes to the R301. Next, I want to talk about the recoil of each weapon and the patterns. So we're going to come over here to the wall. There's an R301 pattern. There's a Flatline. As you can see, the R301 shoots in a more linear vertical pattern, a little more steady, don't have to use too much recoil control. The Flatline, however, kicks around like crazy. Like Bangalore says, it kicks like a mule. So, in terms of recoil, the R301 is always going to be easier to control. However, because it has a faster rate of fire, that means if your aim is not dead on, you are probably going to miss. So this can be a little bit of a drawback as well. The Flatline shooting slower gives you time to recorrect the aim if you're kicking everywhere and your recoil is bad. But we got to give the recoil to the R301. Now, let's go to range. I'd say a base of 40 meters out. We're going to look at this dummy. We're going to see how easy it is to kill somebody with an R301 from this distance, and then we'll use the Flatline. As you can see, I'm having to tap the gun a little bit, but for the most part, I'm able to throw down some automatic fire without too much distortion with the weapon and recoil kick. However, let's try Flatline. Flatline, I'm not able to use automatic too much. I have to slow down and use a little bit of a burst. There is a very heavy similarity between the two in terms of using them at 40 meters of range. However, due to the recoil pattern that we just discussed earlier, and how I'm able to still use a whole lot of burst fire and not have to kind of single tap it like the Flatline, I got to give this one to the R301. I think the R301 is probably a lot easier to use at distance. Now, as for the anvil receiver single fire, that's probably going to be dead on spot even for the both of them. But in terms of trying to use automatic fire and whatnot, definitely got to give that to the R301. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is in terms of ammo count. The Flatline has 2 more bullets than the R301 at any magazine or no magazine at all upgrade to the weapon. You start out with a base of 20 in the Flatline and 18 in the R301. A standard light magazine, you go up to 20, and then you go up to 25, and then 28 is the full max. With the Flatline, the standard gives you 25. Second upgrade gives you 28, and the final upgrade gives you 30. So it goes up 5, 2, 2 again. But at the end of the day, it carries 30 bullets, while the R301 at full capacity only carries 28. So the Flatline is going to win that battle because those 2 bullets, as we all know in higher tier levels of Apex, can make a huge difference. Alright guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and give this versus series to the R301.
Editor's note here, just wanted to let you guys know that Haylon used his phone timer to time the time to kill, which probably wasn't a great idea in the end, but regardless, he didn't really know that technically the Flatline kills faster by 0.05 seconds, so it's really not that big of a deal or big of a difference. And ultimately, I think that his explanation here still makes sense if you're going to use the R3R1 just because of its recoil pattern, etc. So just want to let you know that the Flatline does technically kill faster. Okay, thanks.
Due to it having a better rate of fire, easier recoil control, and more versatile range with the shooting. The Flatline does carry more damage, and that may matter when it comes to CQC, close quarter combat fighting. However, the other 3 can be very important, especially when you get into Diamond, Master, and Predator rank lobbies, where people tend to be camping out buildings a lot more, and there's a lot more range gunfighting that you'll probably have a lot better time using the R301. In case you don't have an anvil receiver, using the R301 at a distance. So, alright guys, the next weapon series, I'll probably be doing pistols and then maybe going to SMGs. So, I appreciate you guys coming by, checking out the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Which one of these do you prefer? Do you agree with my points? I'll see you guys in the next video.
Too many thoughts on my mind every time that I go and I reminisce. I'm back in the game, I'm venomous. The life I'm living got benefits. Now this shit y'all want it. Still got that, I run it. Got a whole lot that's coming. I've been on top, no jumping. Bringing the flow, that's nothing. I'ma just kill every beat now. That's how I eat now. I don't got time in a week now. Everybody get on my rebound. Yeah, they know deep down they ain't never gonna get it.